Okay. Nilfgaardian garrison.
Loar and I'd faint.
Military camp. No locals allowed without the express consent of the garrison commander.
I look like a local to you?
You look like trouble.
Dead wrong. I make trouble go away. I'm a witcher.
A witcher? Captain Peter Sagwin Levy is in the tower. Turn right, past the gate.
Guessing your captain's got work for me.
This is the army, Nordling. There is no guessing.
To the tower. Go.
Okay then. First, pick this. Pick all your flowers.
Es diese Ferin, Nord est Heiden, in Meras, es se Drumas, es se Tumben of
Requisition a share of your heart. I know there is little left in your granaries. Soldiers are meant to.
Craftsmen can craft a variety of items for you, for a small fee, of course. Blacksmiths forge weapons, armorers make armor. Found a crafting diagram, take it to a craftsman of the right type and skill level to help them craft the item.
Password.
Dunno any.
So, out for a little walk here, eh? Counting the Emperor's swords to lull you to sleep? Well, in the army, we've a place for nosy ramblers. The scaffold.
And thick-skulled quartermasters. They got a place.
You're clearly skilled at banter. And haggling? You got a knack for that as well?
Morale holding up around here? You boys think you can win this thing?
Ah, a spy after all. Or one to stir trouble.
Neither. Just curious.
Right. Well, tell anyone who cares we will win this war, because Radovid is mad, as everyone knows, and we've an extraordinarily well-drilled and well-supplied army. Incidentally, did you wish to buy something?
Show me what you're peddling.
Got any silver swords? Doesn't look like it. Actually, he does have a broken silver sword. That's what the top one is, right?
Yep, that's a silver.
It's broken, but it's usable. If you fix it.
Diagrams.
That's the diagram for the silver sword.
This?
Yeah, that's what it was called. Disglier.
Requires level 12. Yeah, I don't have much. Crafting, what can you do?
Those ingots.
Cured leather. I need silver ingots.
So long.
How much grain will your village give?
Whatever you say, Your Excellency.
Look at my hands. Look. See the calluses? These are not the hands of an excellency, but of a farmer. So we speak peasant to peasant. How much can you give?
40 bushels. There'd be more, sir, but our lads, the Temerians, that is, took from us earlier and...
You will give 30, and that will do. Let us settle on it, and I wish to see the transport soon.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you kindly.
I summoned only the Elderman and the smith, Willis. But it is said he is a dwarf. You are too tall to be him.
Very perceptive of you. Geralt of Rivia, Witcher.
Vatgern. This explains why I did not hear your footsteps. What do you seek here?
Yennefer of Vengerberg. Where was she headed?
That is a military secret.
Haven't thrown me out yet. Haven't called the guards. So go ahead. What's your price?
There is a Griffin in the area. Slay it. And then I shall see what I can do.
Why do you care about this Griffin?
Because I care about people. The beast has killed 10 already, including a few of my men. To hunt it, I would need to mobilize the entire garrison, comb the woods, organize a batu. Simply impossible.
Too big a hassle?
No, too high a risk. I cannot disperse my forces. Temeria's army we have crushed, but its common folk remain, ready to answer a call to arms. So, as to this Griffin, I can sit on my hands, or hire a professional.
It's a deal. Some questions before I start. Know where the Griffin has its lair?
It kept to the Vulpine Woods at first. I sent a patrol there, 5 young men. A hunter found them 2 days on. They only recognized them because they wore our plate. Since then, the Griffin has grown bold. Attacks in villages, fields, on the main road.
Meaning it's abandoned its lair. Gonna have to set a trap.
I judge from your tone this will not be easy. What do you require?
Need more information about this Griffin. Its sex, why it's abandoned its lair.
Shall I bring you witnesses?
They won't say anything I don't already know. I need to go where your men died. Look around. What's the name of the hunter who found them?
Mislav. He has a hut south of the village, very near the wood. Helpful fellow. A little strange, though.
I'll need bait. A specific herb. Buckthorn. Scent should lure the Griffin from 10 miles off.
Buckthorn? I do not know this. But I am not yet fluent in the common tongue.
Probably mastered the basics, though. Hands up. Kill them.
No. First came idioms. Don't play with fire, for example. Go to Tomira, an herbalist. She lives near the crossroads. She will aid you.
Tamira and Mislav. Thanks.
Es sunt jagten.
If your current quest gets more than one objective, you can choose which objective is tracked by pressing R3. So we can go to the hunter or the herbalist. Yep.
I like that guy. Look at these hands. These hands are scoured.
Yes, the fighting.
Look like hands are the next to the street. You speak pheasant to pheasant. Don't want words.
Whoa, that door.
Eculated at the game. Stable.
We speak pheasant to pheasant.
Hunter or herbalist? Well, herbalist was just looking for a herb.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's go to the herbalist first.
Buckthorn grows like crazy where we're at. We could do it.
Ah, the sun. Oh, I haven't had dinner yet. That's right, I'm always on the road. I just eat chicken legs. Yeah, just imagine Geralt in the middle of battle. Oh, my health is low. Just drink some water and eat some chicken.
Trouble.
Here's the herbalist.
Everything's gonna be
We got
fine.
a lot of herbs in our backyard.
Of course.
Bad time.
Not at all. Hand me the beggar tickets, the red bloom. Well, well, one versed in herbs.
Probably saying too much, but I know a bit. For instance, that beggar tick's poisonous.
In large doses. Small ones soothe pain and bring forth pleasant dreams. Which is all I can hope to do for her.
Griffin do that to her?
Delina. Yes. Attacked her at night. She was walking in the woods.
At night? Through the woods? In wartime?
Meeting a boy. The young, you know, do foolish things for love. Wounds are healing, but she will die. Blood's pooling in her skull. Nothing my bruise can do to help.
Could try to help her with one of my potions. Swallow can heal internal hemorrhages.
But
Witcher's potions aren't for humans.
she'll die as it is.
Yes, a peaceful death soothed by your concoctions. If I give her Swallow and something goes wrong, the whole village will hear her screams.
I understand. Do as you will.
Looking for buckthorn. Know if it grows anywhere around here?
Bottom of the river, where the channel's widest. But you do know that once out of the water...
It'll stink worse than a week-old carcass. Counting on it. I'm hunting the Griffin. Need the buckthorn for bait.
I was thinking... A few years ago, we had trouble, drowners under the bridge. The whole village had to pitch in for a witcher. Who now can afford the bounty on a griffin's head?
Captain Peter Sars, something.
Ah, good to know the Black One's looking out for our welfare.
Doubt Emperor Emir cares about you. But this captain just might. Seems like a decent man.
There are no decent men in the army. They're only orders.
Not from here, are you? A lot of bitterness in you. Too much for someone who spent her life in a hut in the middle of nowhere.
True. And you're in a hurry. Elsewise you'd not use bait, just wait for the Griffin to attack again.
Believe we could have an interesting conversation.
Maybe next time. Yes?
Tell me something about yourself. What's your story?
A sad one. Do you know the Temple of Melitele in Alanda?
Do I know it? Can't remember how many times I've been there, how many times Mother Neneka stitched me up.
We must have missed each other. I started to become a healer under Mother Nenneker. I was but 18 when they took me in. An age at which teaching was interest one far less than love. There was a boy, Goslav. He'd bare his chest to work. The novices couldn't keep their eyes off him, tripped over their own feet, dropped things. I left the temple for him. We passed a lovely summer together, and then he left. Neneke refused to take me back. My parents uttered not a word, gave me a travel cloak and a small coin pouch. I struggled long to find a place where I'd feel safe, needed, until I finally arrived here. End of story.
Got any herbs you're willing to sell?
I'm sure I can find something.
Some for yourself.
Oh yeah, honeycomb.
Jar of brains.
Blah.
Okay. Oh, it's in the alchemy supplies. Food and drink, right? Yeah, sell some of your honeycomb. Keep some for yourself. You can make honey and water.
There.
Nice. White gold manuscript page. Hey, do you have that? Moonrise decoction and the Griffin one too?
Taking damage raises damage resistance. Take that one, just in case. That'll be it for now.
Listen, ever heard of a woman named Claire? Lived around here?
Heard of her? A mild way to put it. Claire was a friend. The only person dear to me in all of White Orchard. Until her husband, Volker, quarreled with the lord of the manor. He then gathered the family, moved out into the woods to start a new settlement. The lord and his retinue rode there to convince them to return. They were to be civil. No forcing, no bloodshed. But you saw. Word is Claire said something about the lord's son, Florian. Something that made the lord furious. But who knows the truth?
Lots of misfortune for such a small village.
'Tis so in every village. Even the smallest. You need only ask. But let's not end on a teary note. Here, a bit of solace. Yes?
Gosh, you
Wow,
get
that's a
lot
lot.
of stuff just for talking about Claire.
Got a potion for Lena. Swallow.
First sign of spring. Symbol of rebirth. Fitting as names go.
We'll see. Like I said, could harm her. Deeply. Works on me immediately. But I have a faster metabolism. Effects won't appear in her case for a few days.
Why'd you choose this in the end?
Decided it was better than doing nothing.
I like you, Witcher. Here. A small gift. For giving a damn.
More money! Cursed oil.
Hey, herbalist,
A veil hangs between the world men see and the one they cannot. This veil blocks the dead from the view of the living, and the living from the view of the dead. Some mages can break through this veil and communicate with the dead, or else summon them to the world of the sun for short periods of time. This is the art known as necromancy. The dead can also break through the veil and enter the world of the living on their own. Yet unlike the necromancers, in doing so they are not driven by reason and will, but by a thoughtless, irrational need. This need arises from powerful emotions such as regret, longing, or wrath. Very often these emotions gain their power by being invested in a material object by the dead individual while he or she still knew life. The objects most frequently so endowed: wedding rings, favorite toys, or the instrument used for the crime which sent the returned individual to the other world in the first place. To His Excellency, Your Excellency, we can wait no longer. The scouts say the Black Ones are already readying their siege equipment. If you wish to escape with your life, please present yourself at the Vizima Temple Quarter sewer entrance tomorrow at the crack of dawn. There is not much room on the boat, so take with you only your closest family and most valued treasures. I shall provide a few men to act as a guard, but not too many, for I do not wish to attract unwanted attention. We shall sail through Black Saul, Stoonwar, White Orchard, and Charsk. From there we shall continue on horseback. Do not tell anyone about your flight. We do not wish to arouse panic. Probably. Yeah, maybe.
He probably gave you all of the stuff you needed to make all the stuff you want in order to fight the new.
Probably. Bestiary.
Night Wraiths.
Night Wraiths exude their immense sadness, this helpless wrath. I fear them, same as anyone, but most of all I feel sorry for them. Compared to other creatures of the night, Katakans, Nekurats, and werewolves, for example, Night Wraiths, and their rarer cousins Dusk Wraiths, might not seem all that dangerous. After all, one might ask, how much harm could a pale, withered woman in a tattered dress do? The answer, quite a bit. Instead of finding this out the hard way, avoid crossing fields and meadows at night at all costs. Like Noon Wraiths, Night Wraiths are only found in rural areas. Travelers fall victim to them most often, but if legends are to be believed, they also sneak into huts at times and murder peasants in their sleep. When they attack, Night Wraiths remain immaterial for most of the time, meaning physical blows pass right through them. They only take on more tangible form for the brief moments in which they strike. When weakened, they will create several projections of themselves which cannot attack directly, but act as transmitters of sorts through which the Night Wraith can sap her victim's vital energy. Night Wraiths can turn immaterial and are at such times very difficult to wound. In order to force one to take on corporeal form, trap it with the Yurden sign or hit it with the blast of a moon dust bomb. Do not believe the old wife tale and think yourself completely safe from Night Wraiths during the day. They appear under the light of the sun as well, but are much weaker than after dusk.
That's probably what was in that graveyard.
Plague Maiden. Patients seem to have hallucinations of a woman covered in scabs and boils, with rats scurrying about around her. These ravings subsided after an administration of urbane and poppy extract. When plague ravages a region, a spirit will sometimes walk its lands, a ghost resembling an ill woman whose flesh rots off her bones, and in whose wake crawl a cavalcade of rats. No one knows whether the spirit brings the pox with her, or is merely drawn to it like a moth to a light. Yet it is certain that she delights in dealing pain and suffering, in hearing the howling and moaning of men. Many have called into question the very existence of plague maidens, or peste, as they are sometimes called. Only 2 sightings of such a creature have ever been recorded, both during times of raging epidemic. As the name Plague Maiden suggests, these wraiths take the appearance of females, though exactly why that is remains a mystery. Some speculate they, like other such specters, arise from the powerful emotional charge associated with certain circumstances of death, such as death preceded by a long and particularly painful illness. Not much is known about how to fight a Plague Maiden, though one can assume they possess many traits in common with other phantoms and wraiths. They undoubtedly pose a great danger, though a witch's immunity should at least prevent him from catching the contagious illness they carry.
She just drops you some blood.
Okay, let's go get some buckthorn. It's raining. Ooh. There's another quest over here.
Anyone home?
Lost your key, ma'am?
No, not me key. Me pan. It's always sat there empty, this hut. That is, till the night afore the battle. A man arrived, walked right in like 'twere his own. Was standing at the window, peering at the goings-on. He must have heard me, 'cause next I knew, there he was, coming my way. So, I grabbed me pan, for protection, see? But he just asks all polite, Gran, got any birch bark by chance? Lilac berries or even a few coals? Nay, says I. And you must be right daft to pester folk at night with such foolery. But I sees he ain't listening. Just staring at me pan like a magpie at a copper. Lend it to me, Gran. I'll give it back come morn. He's right baffled for what's he doing, frying in the dark. But I've got a soft heart, so I gave it to him.
Interesting. What happened then?
Before dawn, another rode up to the hut. But come on, only the first fella left, locked the door, hopped on his horse, and that were all I saw of him, and me pan. 'Twere old, black with soot, not worth much, I suppose, but I've no other. Will you help me, dearie? Bring an old widower pan. I could never break down that door myself. And in truth, I'm afeard to go in any road. Such a stench wafting out. Methinks the other fellow. Well, that he's lying there.
Never taken on a pan contract. Fine, I'll go in, look around. You should wait here, just in case.
Rotting flesh. Oil.
Oil's nice.
A corpse. Explains the stench.
Diagrams, that's nice.
His throat. He was garroted. And some old scars. Kind of soldier might have.
What's that, dearie?
Nothing. Cracked monocle. Interesting.
But when I gab to myself, they say I'm going barmy.
I'm working here.
Documents. Almost entirely burnt. A few pieces still legible.
And when you arrange to meet, you fucking show up. I did, risking my life and the entire blasted operation, and ended up standing there with my plow and cock in my hands, waiting for nothing. I thought the Nilfgaardian army was better organized than that, but you... Tell that blessed Lord General of yours that me and my companions don't hold grudges, so we won't break off negotiations. But since our old plan's gone tits up, this time we'll choose the time and place for the next meeting.
Found the pan, have ye?
Any phone
The priceless frying pan. Scrubbed clean. Looks like the mystery man didn't need the pan so much as the soot off it. To make ink, write letters.
Found the pan, have ye?
Here, your frying pan.
Mine? But mine were black with soot. And I could see myself in this one if I wanted. But them years are past.
It was the soot the man needed. He scraped it off to make ink. Must have had an urgent letter to write. Urgently burned some other documents too.
And the other fellow?
Dead. Round up a few boys and bury him outside the village. Deep, so the necrophages don't dig him up. And take my advice. Don't mention this to the Nilfgaardians.
Hang about! You've earned a token of thanks. Here, sonny, for the road.
Thank you. Frying pan, spick and spam. Baked apples. And some bread.
Some bread.
Apple juice. All right. Got it.
Gather a bunch of that stuff as you can. There's another leaf down there if you want.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's go to the hunter. I know. Oh, it's this place.
Anyone home? Must be out hunting. Trail's fresh. Mislav just left home.
There he is.
You, Mislav?
Hear that?
Wolves? No. Wild dogs.
Yes. More dangerous than wolves.
Dogs more dangerous than wolves? Don't think so.
It's the truth. Know why?
No, but I guess you're about to tell me.
Wolves hunt to fill their bellies. Wild dogs kill for sport.
Just like humans.
Aye. They've learned much from us. Why not cruelty too?
I'm hunting bigger game. The Nilfgaardians the Griffin killed. Where'd you find them?
Ah, I see. You a witcher. That monster slayer they's talking about in the village.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you, sure. But, I gotta kill those mutts before they hurt someone. Will you help? That is, if you don't mind blunting your silver blades on them.
Sure. Griffin's not going anywhere.
No. Dogs might, though. So step careful now. Come on.
These dogs been a problem for a while now?
Since the war started. Soldier on the march. He'll stop to rape a woman, strangle her, kill her man for a chuckle, even butcher a cow. But a dog, a kick in passing, no more. So these stray mutts form packs. They're gaunt, guts stuck to their spines, covered in scabies. But they just won't die, because they're clever. More so than foxes. And they hate men something fierce. Too late. Attacked another one.
I know. Let's read the bestiary. They say a dog's a man's best friend, but in these foul times one best be wary, even of his friends. Some claim dogs are reflections of their masters. A well-treated pet repays his owner with loyalty and trust, whereas an ill-treated one repays his treatment in kind as well, meeting yells with barks and kicks with bites. Since there is an abundance of bad men, so too is there an abundance of bad dogs. Most dangerous of all are the vagrant mutts who have lost all respect for men and developed a taste for blood and carrion. Beast oil.
Dieter.
You know him?
We served at the Lord's Manor together, where the Black Army's encamped now. He was a stable hand, I was the Lord's hunter. But that was before... well, a long time ago.
Before what?
Before they drove me from the village.
What did you do?
Nothing. I'm a freak. Sorry. I'd rather not talk about it.
I'm a freak too.
Aye, but of another kind.
If it's lycanthropy, I can help.
What?
Lycanthropy. Werewolves. Handled a few cases in the past. It's usually a simple curse that...
The Lord's son, Florian, and I... we loved each other. Dieter walked in on us in the stables. They drove me away. Florian hanged himself. Lord started drinking, and the estate fell into ruin. That's the long and short of it.
Oh, and the Lord, I think, was the same one that went for Claire and
killed
Jorvik.
Claire,
Yeah.
And then Claire became the rage. Yeah. It's
All these
connected.
stories are interconnected.
It's all connected. And
I'm sorry.
Ancient history now. I was to show you where I found the Nilfgaardians. Come.
Griffin, know anything about him?
Oh, not much. Not my kind of game.
You're his kind, though. Survival instincts alone ought to make you kill.
I walk silent through the woods. No Griffin can hear me nor spy me.
right now.
Oh, heck yeah.
'Twas here. One lay there, by the stump, headless. The other hung from a branch, guts splayed, stretching down to... Watch out for yourself now.
I'll be fine. Not the first Griffin I've dealt with. Not likely to be the last either.
Hope you're right. Good hunting now.
Nilfgaardians were celebrating. Griffin interrupted them. Ground's black, saturated with blood. A camp.
What are we supposed to be seeing? Look up. So one of them hanging from the tree.
These prints are older and deeper, heavily armored. Nilfgaardians, probably.
Yep. Get them honeycombs. Now I want some honeycomb cereal.
Actually, though?
Griffin's nest. What remains of it, at least. Corpse is a couple of weeks old. Still alive when the Griffin brought him here. Took a long time dying.
Ooh, that's gotta be horrible.
Bones. Horse. Dog. Human. A few months' worth.
And a giant dead Griffin.
Female. Larvae in her wounds have already hatched. Been dead at least a week. Other Griffin must be a male. Deep cuts over the whole body. Not a drop of blood on the beak or claws. Didn't defend herself. Crept up on her while she slept. Beak tips worn. Gray hairs in the coat. 10, 12 years old. Griffins pair off for life when young. Male must be about the same age. Thick shaft, dense barbs. A royal griffin. Explains why the male I ran into was so aggressive. Hunted the Nilfgaardians down here in the forest first, then started prowling the area. Done all I could. Should talk to Vesemir.
Never underestimate your opponent. This rule is at the core of the Witcher's Code, and for good reason. Proper preparation has saved many a Witcher's life. It is likewise worth your while to brew potions, concoct oils, or visit craftsmen before engaging in combat. Blacksmiths forge weapons, while armorers craft armor. If you expect to battle a strong opponent, you might want to complete some side quests before attacking. This will allow you to gain experience and develop your character, giving you a better chance of winning the fight.
So, what I'm hearing is... tink your sword on some grindstone, then visit every place of power and up all your signs. What is Griffin weak against? You have that in your bestiary, yes?
Yep. Grape shot, hybrid oil, and ard.
So you want to go to a place of power that upgrades the ard sign. You're going to want to try to make some grape shot or hybrid oil if you can. Do you have plans for hybrid oil?
Don't think so.
Want to see if the herbalist have it or not? Spain, I bet it's one of the components.
Let's go talk with Vesemir. $12:50 a.m. There's a grindstone.
Good man. Whose field is that the other side of the river?
By the wood. Boy in clinics. Good lad, Master Witcher. Though he...
Yes. This boy. Will he venture out to inspect his grain anytime soon?
What for? Harvest is a long way off yet.
Yes? What is it, Wolf?
Got good news and bad news. Good news first. Captain of the Nilfgaardian garrison knows where Yennefer went.
And the bad's that we have to kill the Griffin for him. What else could he want from two witchers? Go on. Tell me what you know.
Griffin's abandoned its lair. Gotta make a lure, set a trap.
And how's that going?
Got the buckthorn.
Ought to work like a charm. Powerful scent.
More like stench.
City boy. Rotting meat, manure, piss. Standard smells of the countryside. Remember Tredegor? Hunting that Zoogle in the trash heap? You spent half the next day bathing, scrubbing yourself.
How can I forget? You ever gonna stop bringing that up? Learned some things. It's a male, had its nest in the Vulpine Woods. The Nilfgaardians burned the woods down, killed its mate, smashed their eggs. Thought they'd fixed things.
It's always the same. Instead of sending for a professional, they try to do it themselves, only end up making matters worse. Fine. If everything's ready, say the word and we'll get to work.
I'm ready. No point in waiting. Let's find a good spot to ambush it.
Picked one out already. Other side of the stream. There's fields and a grove. Plenty of room and far enough so no one will get in our way.
Good. Meet you there.
Brew the Thunderbolt potion. Need the right ingredients. Description of the menu. Creative on any categories. Thunderbolt. Witcher potion, but in order to use it, you must first equip it.
Back in the bottom corner. Or you could replace the time potion.
Now you can use potions during gameplay. Up to activate in the first slot, down to activate in the second. Okay. Let's go hunt a griffin.
You got your right.
Good idea. Yep.
A stream, amber waves of grain. Charming place. Perfect for an ambush.
I know how to choose them. So, ready?
Let's start. Wind's good. Bait's scent will spread quickly.
Now all we have to do is wait. Come on. We can cower in the shade of those birches.
So tell me, once we find Yennefer, what'll you do? Got your eye on a contract?
No. I'll go to Kaer Morhen.
Little early to settle in for the winter.
Snows are a way off, yes. And that's what worries me. Nilfgaard's across the Pontar in the east. Puts them maybe a week's march from Kaer Morhen. If they reach the valley before snows can cover the passes, well, we need to cover our tracks, hide our paths. Speaking of winter and wintering, think you'll come this year?
Maybe. Might bring a guest.
Hear that? It's close.
Let's go give it a warm welcome.
Wait. Make this.
A crossbow.
Won it in a card game while you ran around. Might come in handy.
A witcher with a crossbow? We breaking with tradition?
Stop talking. Got a griffin to kill. Watch out!
Press that one. Select crossbow. Oof.
It's about to dive! Damn! It's fast! Don't let it get away!
Using your you will not only see more but hear more. Hold L to behind your senses to determine the order. Nope, wrong one. Hey, Vesemir.
Vesemir's like, dude, you're the horse.
Yeah, quick attack. Contract complete.
Nice.
Not bad. Not bad. Though you could stand to improve some things.
Man spends his whole life learning.
Not a witcher, unless he doesn't want to live long. But more on that later. Take the Griffin's head to the Black Ones. I'll ready our horses. Meet me at the inn.
Griffin feathers, monster eye, Griffin egg, Griffin mutagen, Griffin trophy.
Got the good mutagen. Brown mutagen. Where is it?
No, it's a vitality. Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go hand this in. Okay, it doesn't automatically follow your path, it just follows the road.
Magic. A place of power.
Keep that razor still here.
Nah, I don't feel like it.
Coward.
I'm not a
You're
coward.
free now. Kill it. You're a witcher. That's what you do. That'll keep you easier, you need to be-
Yeah. Man, this game is just so pretty. And this is a couple of years old. Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Right.
You take me for a blind man or a fool? This grain is rotten.
I didn't know.
So, a fool. Damn it, you never learn. Military Codex, Article 2, Section 3. For the delivery of defective goods, 15 lashes with a knout. Make it so.
Oh, no, no! By the gods, no!
What?
Guess you've dropped your good uncle act.
It was no act. I extended a hand to these people. They spat on it.
Could it be because it held the sword that killed their loved ones?
Tja, a moralist. And what would you do in my stead?
Wouldn't ever be in your stead.
Tell me why you've come.
Fulfilled my end of the bargain. Your turn. Where'd Yennifer go?
To Vizima.
She was a day's ride from here the whole time? under my nose, might have said so.
Yes, I might have. But you would not have killed the Griffin. Tit for tat. Halt! We are not done. It's yours, this gold. I would not want you to say you were inadequately compensated.
Some demand you make a quick decision. Choose your reply before time runs out.
Okay.
Honestly, I'd just take the money. I did. It was the contract. Ouchie. That door. Wow, that's a loud whip.
I mean, a whip makes that noise, but it's breaking.
I know, but that's loud for how far away it is. Time to head back.
To the stash? It was marked in green.
I don't know. I just assumed it was just signposts. There, get rid of that. Oh, they got a little rooster on it. Oh no, that's a... Oh. I was like, oh, a rooster. Wait, no, that looks like a fish.
Oh, that's a rooster.
Yeah, it's just the tail plume.